This morning in studio, we are joined by Altona Baseball President Donovan Bergman. Donovan, welcome here.
Great. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming in to talk about this upcoming season, which, thanks to the nice weather, is getting a bit of an earlier start, you mentioned.
Yeah, it's we typically plan for indoor sessions, our spring training, to happen for most of the month of April. Based on the weather we're looking at and, kind of what the weekend's forecast looks like, we're probably going to be able to get out earlier than we'd normally expect. So we got lots of people chomping at the bit to get outside. We've got some diamond maintenance to do and kind of get things ready to go. But yeah, excited to get the season started a little earlier than normal.
That's very exciting. Talk about how long you've been involved with baseball in the Pembina Valley.
Yeah, I will have played as a kid all throughout my competitive years, where it was all done in Altona. Played a little bit with the Pembina Valley Orioles when that came around, and then played senior baseball in Altona as well, and helped coach a little bit throughout that time when I was playing senior baseball as well, and then got involved when my kids started to get involved with the kind of grassroots programs, the 7 and under kind of thing.
Makes sense. Usually if you're involved in a sport and your kids want to play it too, only natural that you want to be around it as well.
Absolutely, yeah. And yeah, so kind of naturally moved into coaching and helping out that way.
So you're finding it good to balance both kind of running Altona baseball, also coaching a team?
Sometimes, yes. It can be a lot of times, but the big push for the exec side or kind of the running of the program, there's a lot of that push that happens I would say, kind of starts early in the new year. It's still cold outside. There's lots of snow on the ground, but our planning starts then. And truthfully, late March into April is where there's a big push where we're getting our spring training going. We're kind of trying to line up our volunteers and our coaches, and then at some point we got to make our teams. And so you're constantly kind of balancing, okay, how many kids do we have at this age group? How many do we have at this age group? And so, yeah, April is the really big push. And then when we can get outside, start practicing and playing, the program to a degree kind of gets going and runs itself. And that's the exciting part when everybody gets outside and starts playing those games.
Certainly is exciting. You also mentioned you get to coach your son this year.
Yes. I've coached both of my boys at different times. And I think, like I was saying, typically it just depends on where we've got a hole in our coaching staff, so to speak. And so I think this year it'll be at our 15U program with my older son. So excited to do that with him and some of his buddies. And
you're both okay at coach-son role?
Yes, I think so. Yeah, I think we'll find a good way to do it. Sure. I think I got a pretty good connection with a bunch of his buddies, and so we're looking forward to having a fun year together.
Sounds like it will be fun. Registration number is still good. The young kids are still excited to start playing that at that young age.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we're probably a little bit down on our competitive side. Okay. We had some kids. You get to that age where some kids might be looking to have jobs. They might be. We've got a couple kids who decided not to play but want to umpire, which is also helpful for our umpire program. But our grassroots program is looking very strong. Our numbers are really good there, and so excited to see how that's going to lead into our competitive program in the next 2-3 years at 11U and then above. So yeah, it's exciting to see that those numbers be pretty solid at the grassroots area.
Yeah, at 15U, you say numbers kind of drop, but that makes sense because that's kind of when kids start to specialize in one sport and really start to go in one direction. So if they choose baseball, good news for you.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, it's kind of the spot between 15U and 18U where you start to see the kids who maybe aren't as keen start to find other things that keep them busy. Like I said, it could be jobs, different things that come up, like you said, and some kids just specialize in something different.
You also mentioned umpires. There's always a need for umpires, any kind of officials in any sport.
We've had a big focus from my end and kind of from our exec where we're really trying to get as many kids involved in umpiring at the younger ages. We know that if we start with 10 new kids this year, 5 of them may not come back next year, and then 2 may not come back the next year. But if we can somehow build a bit of a pipeline where we've got 2 to 3 kids that are going to stick with it all the way through and umpire, really flexible. You can kind of pick which days work for you. You get paid for it, so you get a little money in your bank account. We want to try and build a bit more of a pipeline, build a bit of a program where we've got older umpires mentoring younger umpires, stuff like that. So yeah, we talked about it too. No umpires, no game. So you need to make sure that you've got people that are there to officiate as well, and trying to just instill for us, in our coaches as well, what you can be competitive, but there's also has to be a respect for the umpires, especially when you've got an 11U game that's being umpired by a 12-year-old kid who may be doing his first or second game. You got to give them a little bit of grace as they're learning the ropes as well.
Yeah, certainly. Umping a good way to, stay involved in the world of baseball, say, even if you're not playing.
Yep, absolutely. And like I said, we've had one or two kids for sure at like 15U kind of drop off, but are from playing, but enjoyed baseball, enjoyed the program, and liked umping enough that they're going to stick with it and just continue umping for us, which I think will be a great thing, for our program on that end.
Certainly will be. You also have the chance to host 2 provincial tournaments this summer.
Yeah, we're hosting a 15U Tier 1 tournament for Baseball Manitoba, and then an 18U AA tournament in July. They're on back-to-back weekends, so it'll be a great time for us to showcase our diamonds, showcase our players and the teams that we've got, and hopefully give families and ball players from outside of the community a great experience.
And both events that you'll need volunteers for, right?
Absolutely, yeah. We've had a great track record. I've been a part of the last 2 years of provincials that we've hosted and helping coordinate and facilitate those. And the volunteer support is nothing short of amazing. And so we're expecting great things from our volunteer base again. We're fully confident that our families and community members will come through and help us get those tournaments off.
Sounds like it's going to be an exciting year of baseball.
Yeah, it'll be busy, but it'll be great.
Awesome. Donovan, thanks for stopping by today.
Great. Thanks for having me.
Hey, I'm Nicole Clausen. Hopefully you enjoyed that video. If you have something you'd like to share with the Pembina Valley, we'd love to have you on the morning show. Send us an email at news@pembinavalleyonline.com. And remember, like this video and share it with your friends.